Hey guys, Alex here, and today I want to talk about three main ideas or concepts to keep in mind if you want to become a better producer and musician fast. I'm making this video because people often ask me like, wow Alex, you didn't know nothing about music 3 years ago and you started composing and now you're getting so much better so fast. What are you doing? And the answer is that people often tend to look at technical tutorials when they want to get better, but there is more to the equation to that. Like, you both need technical knowledge, but also you also need a good mindset. Like, if you want to get better fast, you need to analyze the mindset of the people you look up to and understand how they got there, because they went through what they call the process, which is also the first idea I want to tell you about. So the process is basically something I wish I knew before, because before I started to compose music, I used to listen to, Hans Zimmer, Nobuo Uematsu, Medion, and Daft Punk, etc. And I used to think like, wow, those guys are incredible. They were clearly born talented, and they were like born to be musicians. And I'm not born with the same talent and with the same inclination. So I am never going to be like that. And that was the wrong assumption to start from, because it basically separated myself from those guys, which are not very different from me or from you. The only thing they have more than you and me is that they went through what I call the process. And the process is like the 10,000 hours they put into their craft before they became world class at it. And basically, this is something which has been proven scientifically. And yeah, if you want to get to that level, you can, but you have to be willing to work at it for like 10,000 hours, like those amazing musicians all did. The second idea is doing it every day, and they're like even just for 20 minutes. And this is something many people tend to, overlook, but actually it's fundamental, because when you do something every single day, you basically rewire your brain in such a way that it becomes way easier and more intuitive and natural for you to do that thing. That is how people learn to play instruments. Basically, whenever you stimulate your brain to do a certain activity, and if you do it often, the brain basically retransforms and creates some neural pathways inside it, and to basically help your neurons become way more responsive automatically to that activity you're trying to master. So basically, for example, if say I want to learn guitar, if I play guitar even just for 10 minutes every day, my brain is for that 10 minutes is going to work at creating those neural pathways, and the more I do, the more consistently I do it, the stronger those pathways will be. So basically, you build momentum and you also build your brain. So what ends up happening is that you become biologically wired to do that thing even better, faster, with more precision, etc. To the point you become a virtuoso. Now, I'm telling that even just 20 minutes are important, because like they don't sound like much time, but actually they are huge. Like when you add up, a whole month where you spend 20 minutes of music production or producing music every single day, it becomes something. And when you add up 1 year of doing that, man, the progress is insane. And if you can spend even more than 20 minutes, even better. This is something that a lot of people miss out on. Like they were like, okay, either I'm going to spend like 2 or 3 hours or nothing. And the idea of sitting down and spending 3 hours on music production when you have studies and to do, and you have to work at a day job and you have a social life, etc. The idea of spending 3 hours on something is really daunting, so people tend to not do it at all. But if you just do even 20 minutes every day, which is nothing in 24 hours, you are going to do yourself a huge favor in the long run. So the third idea is something a lot of people miss out on, and it's the idea of treating like your creative mind like a muscle. And basically, yeah, a lot of people do this. Like they sit down in front of their DAW and they start composing, and they tend to do something which is not too far from what they've done before. So basically they do not go over their limits so much. They do not push over their boundaries, and that is where the the things start happening, like the improvement starts to happen. It's like going at the gym. Like when you work out, if you want to improve your muscle, make them bigger, etc., stronger, you have to put them under very intense burst of stress and ask them to go over and to do things which are over their actual level. So with your creative mind, it's the same thing. You have to, basically, if you want to improve at making music, when you sit down to compose music, you have to do something you haven't done before, and which sounds a little bit scary to do, because you think, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not at that level, And so you have to stretch your creative mind and go beyond your limits, and that is where the magic start happening. So I tend to do this every time. Like maybe I overdo it. Like with every track I make, I try to base the track on something I'm not good at. So for example, my last track, the Final Fantasy remix, is very, very much based on orchestration, and it's something I'm not good at. So I decided to work at the track that way and to focus on that, which is to focus on that flaw of mine, so that I could like transcend my limits, and at the end of the track I could become way more expert at orchestration. And that's what happened. Like I spent a lot of time on that track, like maybe 100 hours, because again, I'm not good at orchestration and stuff, so I had to experiment and bash my head against the wall consistently for many weeks. But I made it, and now I'm way better than when I started. And I tend to do this, think about it this way with almost every single track I make, because I feel like I'm really late. There are so many huge composers which started to compose music at like age of 10, 6. I started at 19, so I'm really late. I'm 23 now. And so this is the reason why every single time I compose a track, or almost every single time, I tend to view it pretty much like a gym workout. And yeah, I go way over my limits, and that way I become stronger and better. Way faster than I would become stronger and better if I kept, playing, writing music inside my comfort zone, doing something I already know I can tackle. Now, you have to keep in mind that while this is all good, you also have to rest. Like rest is part of the workout routine when you go to the gym, and it's the same thing with your creative mind. You cannot be too much demanding. So for example, like what I do is like I tend to do like 2 tracks where I go well over my boundaries, and then I write 1 track where I kind of rest, and I write the track doing something I know I can do, like, and just enjoy it, that is resting. So yeah, that is the third idea. And like if people did this more, man, they will get so much better in so less time. Okay, so those were the 3 main ideas I wanted to tell you about, and I made this video because many people ask me these questions. And yeah, if you have like things you want to ask me, or if you have things you're curious about on how to improve your as a musician or composer or artist, write those questions down in the comments, and I'm going to do my best to either answer them in the comments here or to answer them with a video like this one, because I'm planning to make more other than tutorials, more vlogs like this one. So yeah, if you write down your questions, you're going to give me some ideas on what to talk about next. And yeah, if you're looking for more videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to make more, because I'm really passionate about this stuff, and it's something which is not discussed enough. So yeah, let me know what you thought about these 3 ideas in the comments, and I'll see you.